depressing story about a girl who gets raped and kills herself. Yay! Hello there, CriterioNate here. Number 363, Robert Bresson's Mouchette. No, wait, I gotta show you the cover here. See, I can't show you the cover. I can't take the slip off because they glued Napa glued this thing here, so I have to do. No, not that. That's not important. There's Mouchette. This girl is tired. This girl is just depressed as all hell. But of course, you're working with Bresson, so you're going to get depressed. Well, you're not going to get depressed, but you're going to get some depressing topics. So anyway, but yeah, Bresson, what the fuck, man? Like, I mean, I've seen how many? 5 of his movies now. Les Dames du Bois de Boulet, or whatever it is. Which I'm gonna watch. I do want to watch that one again. I want to give that one another chance because it's been a while since I've seen it, and I honestly don't feel like I got the Bresson style. You know, it's the least of the movies that I've seen in the Bresson style, like very deep, dark, and depressing. The 3D, he makes 3D movies, if you will. I mean, Alhazar Balthazar, Diary of a Country Priest. I mean, not even Pickpocket. Pickpocket wasn't that depressing. I mean, there were some dark moments, you know. It was more street savvy, you know, and all that. But, yeah, so, I don't know. But, yeah, Mouchette. What the hell? I mean, I almost feel like I should have started this last year. I should have done this last year. I was thinking about doing it last year. So I could have ended on a dark note instead of starting the year off on a really depressing note. You know. So be it. Anyway. So, let's get started. 1967, 81 minutes, black and white, Monroe, Frank, blah, blah, blah. Damn. What I was going to say is damn. Bresson, man. Mouchette is a young girl who lives with her alcoholic father and her bed-stricken mother who has some sickness that, you know, forces her to bed. And she takes care of, Mouchette has to take care of her and her baby brother. And I guess she has an older brother who gets drunk, goes out and gets drunk with her father. And so Mouchette still has to go to school. And basically, Mouchette is that girl that, like, you know, it's that girl that people write PSAs about, you know. That people, like, you know, do PSAs about and spend thousands of dollars. And the PSAs go on to Upworthy.com. You know, Mouchette is that girl. Mouchette, like, doesn't really... I don't think she only smiles like in one. There's only one particular instance when she smiles, and I'll get to that in a minute. But anyway, she goes to school. Her teachers hate her because she sings off key, and force her to like sing on key by shoving her head onto the piano, and she gets ridiculed by her. She's ridiculed by her classmates. I think at one point one of her classmates pulls down his pants to show his, you know. I mean, later she gets back at her classmates by throwing mud at one of them, and then later on I guess she has a job at at like this bar, and she ends up, you know, she works there. She ends up having to give the money to her father because he won't work. But with some of the money, she goes off and like I guess in town she goes to a bumper car ride and rides bumper cars, and she keeps bumping into this boy, and he smiles at her and she smiles back, and that's the only time she smiles throughout the whole movie is this one scene. The rest of it is just shit. My life sucks. I want to cry and I have no tear ducts. Which in honesty, which, you know, usually just is like, oh god, that kind of annoys me. But Bresson, I have a kind of a respect for Bresson and the style that he uses and the situation that Mouchette is put into. It's like, yeah, I wouldn't smile either, you know. Especially consider right after she wants to talk to the boy, but her father grabs her and smacks her for wanting to talk to him, and so anyway, so basically, at one point she ends up going to school, and on her way home it starts to rain, so she hides in the forest. And this poacher, I forget his name, but I think this poacher or game warden guy like finds her, takes her back to his cabin, and convinces her to lie, to be an alibi to the fact that he was afraid he murdered some guy because he like had a fight with him and all that, and so he got really afraid that he fought some. I can figure out what their name is here. Arsène. Arsène, convinces Mouchette to lie for him, however, I think toward the end of the scene, she ends up changing her mind. So he tries to get out, but Arsène won't let him, and he chases him out of the room and eventually rapes her. And in the morning, she gets away and goes back to her home. She tries to take care of her mother, who's getting even worse. She sings to her, and the mother dies. And the father and the brother come back after a night of, I guess, being out all night. They yell at Mouchette. Mouchette goes out to get some milk, and she goes to the store, and Mouchette is, by the way, soaking wet, from the rain and all that, and never gets dry. She just goes straight out to the store after her mother dies, or after her father and brother come back. So she goes to the store, and the shop owner, tries to give her some coffee, but ends up ridiculing her, or ends up demeaning her after she sees that her buttons are torn or something, because it leads her to believe that she had sex, which she did technically, but she knocks the coffee off. Mouchette knocks the coffee off. The shop owner calls her a slut. She runs away. All these boys call her a rat face, so she keeps running, and she goes out to, I guess the guy's name is Matteo, who I guess is the guy that Arsène thought he killed. And so she ends up telling the truth to him about, Arsène, and then later on she meets another older lady who gives her some clothes but still demeans her. And she walks out of this place with these, more or less almost in a nightgown almost, and wraps herself in this blanket and rolls down a hill to when she sees a tractor, and she tries to wave the tractor down. Then she gets back into the blanket, rolls down the hill further into the lake, and drowns and kills herself. What the fuck? Happy New Year, everyone. It's Bresson. I've known Bresson to be part of, make very dank, dark movies, so there you are. Yeah, so anyway, I'm not mad at Bresson. In fact, I liked it. I thought it was good. Now, do I want this movie in my collection? Not necessarily. Although I loved Diary of a Country Priest. Pickpocket was amazing. This one, I'd like to see it again because I wanted to get a better feel for Mouchette and her situation. There were certain plots. There were a couple scenes with one of the bar owner that I didn't understand very much. But everything else it's just god damn, poor Mouchette. Anyway. That's all I got to say. Mouchette, a great, fantastic, dark movie about how sad life can be, but essential viewing it nonetheless. Supplements. Hassad Bresson. It's a half-hour documentary about featuring Bresson, including has a lot of footage of Bresson working on Mouchette and all that, and just with little interviews of him interspliced. There's a segment from a show called Cinema, called Traveling, which features on-set interviews with Bresson, Nadine Nortier, who plays Mouchette, and Jean-Claude Guibert, who plays Arsène. And then there's a trailer, which was apparently created by Jean-Luc Godard. Apparently Godard denied doing the trailer, even though it smells of him throughout the whole thing, all the weird intertitles and all that. So yeah, there's that. Probably the one of the few good things he did, if you can consider it good. Anyway, Mouchette, A, damn. So yeah, Happy New Year, everyone. Hope you guys had a good year. I thought about doing Mouchette last night, but at the last minute, I got a package from Amazon, 2 box sets of music that I've been waiting for, so my night was set. So I decided just, hey, we'll do Criterion today. And yeah, and I don't know if you guys saw, oh god. So I don't know if you guys saw, but they posted the Criterion, but the Happy New Year picture. The guy who draws all the hints as to what they're gonna put out this year. And I guess from all the ones that people are saying, I haven't heard of any of these damn movies. I guess one of them is They Live by Night. I've heard of They Live by Night. That one I've heard of. But one of them is Jean Dielman Quad de Commerce 1800 Broussais or something like that. I guess it's a reissue of number 44, I think. So I'm going to be seeing it next year, so it'll probably come out by the time I get to it. But yeah, I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what that is, And one of them is Tampopo, which I've heard of Tampopo. That sounds familiar, And then there's I think one called the Fanny, like a trilogy by some director, Fanny, Marinus, and Caesar, or something like that. And then there's there's a bunch of candles, and one of them is, I think it's 16. Well, at first I thought it was 16 candles, but I looked it up and see somebody on the Instagram post suggested a movie called Sweet 16. That sounds like more like Criterion. And yes, and there's I couldn't recognize any of the others. Well, I lie. The one that really disturbs me is A Ghost Dancing, which I really wish there was a movie called Ghost Dancing that Criterion could out, because everybody says because of the lines that he's whirling, which means it's Ghost World, which means that I may have to give up, because I fucking hate Scarlett Johannson with a fiery passion. And that was the movie that basically started her career at the age of 16 or 15 or something like that. And since then, she's been in every fucking movie ever since. Literally, it seems like that way. She's done roles that she doesn't deserve to do either. Or plans on doing roles. Have you seen the fact that she's apparently going to be the lead character of Ghost in the Shell? I'm not a fan of whitewashing, and if anybody has to whitewash, first of all, don't whitewash. But of all the actresses that they got to whitewash this movie or this anime series, why in the holy motherfuck did it have to be her? Anyway, I'm really hoping I don't have to sit through that shit, because I've seen some of Ghost World too. I think it's a really stupid movie, but it's perfect for Criterion, because Criterion is just all about stupid movies. I'm starting to get disillusioned with the movies that they're putting out nowadays. I feel like they're running steam. They're running out of steam. This year again, I'm only in the 300s, and they put out some fantastic movies. 10 years. I'm still 10 years behind Criterion, and I think they did some. They're putting out some fantastic movies. Mouchette, the Eric Romer set, just what's another great one? Solo con tu pareja, But lately, I haven't seen a damn. First of all, I haven't seen like half the movies that they are putting out. I have either no clue what they are, or know what they are, and don't think they should belong in the Criterion Collection. There are a hell of a lot more movies that I think should be in the Criterion Collection. Pink Floyd The Wall, for one. That should be one. What's another one? The Killing Fields. The Killing Fields. I would kill to have The Killing Fields in the Criterion Collection. That is a fantastic movie that is right for Criterion. I don't know about this friggin' Mysterious Object at Noon. I don't know what the hell is that. I have no clue, So, anyway, I'm more frustrated about the fact that Ghost World might be in the Criterion Collection. So anyway, that was a mini rant. I'm done for today. Tomorrow, we don't have no reviews on Monday anymore. Let's see. Next review will be Tuesday. Tuesday we will have First Man in Space, Monsters and Madman, and then Wednesday, Atomic Submarine, and then Thursday, Corridors of Haunted Strangler, Filmstruck, Corridors of Blood, Friday, Filmstruck, and then next week we begin our rewatchings, starting with Joseph von Sternberg's The Scarlet Empress. This one is getting the rewatching treatment with the new and improved Nate Jackson CriterioNate feeling guy, reviewer guy. So yeah, so that's all I got. And then hopefully, I'm hoping that the Paul Robeson set has not shipped yet, and I think that's because I requested it from a university, which they're still closed. I think they're probably going to be closed for another week, which because of that, there's a chance we may have to take a week off. I'm not sure right now. I can't predict. If they're in transit this week, then hopefully by Tuesday I'll get them and we'll be able to do the Paul Robeson set next week. Although I can't guarantee that right now. Maybe I'll stock up on some rewatches or something. Knock some of those out. Because I do have a lot. I want to go through the list and add a couple more that I haven't seen in a while and re-review them. So anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. Don't rape little girls. Don't do it. It's fucked up, And don't beat your daughters, and don't give up. Yeah. Here's to 2017 being, again, for all of us, a better year than 2016. But with movies like these, even though they're depressing, at least they're good. At least we've got good movies in the future. Well, not in the far future, but in the near future, pretty decent movies. At least for the rest of this season. Next season, I think it's going to pits. But anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching, and we will see you all tomorrow. We will see you all on Tuesday for First Man into Space. And until then, goodbye.